Scaredad, you are so witty, funny, and handsome. I love all your content, but I wish you would review some of the new props for 2024. Well, Ska Red Ad, this one's for you. Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. Today on Scaredad we're going to be ranking the Distortions Unlimited, Morris costumes, and Spirit Halloween props that have been released for the 2024 season. Let's get to it. Starting at number 10 is the Gargoyle prop from Morris Costumes. So in all honesty, I really love the gargoyle on the top. I don't know how big that part of it is, but when over 50% of your prop is just like fake printed stone column on fabric, just doesn't cut it anymore, guys. I mean, I would rather just release the gargoyle bigger because the gargoyle looks awesome, and with the lighting, looks great. I love that part. If it was cheap enough, consider getting two of this prop and redoing the post so that you just have a cool gargoyle on top of some really cool looking column. The problem is they probably added this fabric and made it taller so they can charge more money. So if they don't outprice me, I would consider getting this. Coming in at number 9, we've got the vibrating scarecrow. The scarecrow looks cool, and we all kind of thought it was a static prop seeing the original video. We've got the scarecrow, he's got the light up eyes, the crow on his arm, eyes light up red also. It's fine looking, it's an average scarecrow prop. But now seeing this video, it might vibrate. Why is it vibrating? I don't know. Is he scared? Perhaps he's cold. Maybe there's just somebody jackhammering in the background. If it is supposed to shake, why? As a static prop, it's fine. It's whatever, you know? It looks good. It's supposed to vibrate. Okay. Coming in at number 8, Collector's Minion from Spirit Halloween. Now the Collector's Minion is technically a new prop. Kind of a remake also. So the Collector was a pretty popular big tall Grim Reaper, a version of Death that had a sack that had like the souls of the people he collected, I guess. So Spirit, like they did with Crouchy, said he was popular, let's make a smaller version, and that way we can get new buyers and maybe some of the old buyers. So the difference with this obviously is that this is technically a new character, right? He works for the Collector, but visually he's kind of the same. They put a little blood on the mouth, I guess, but he's still carrying a boring sack. And let's be honest, they basically put a talking skull on an oscillating fan and threw a robe on it. Collector's Minion. I guess that's fine. If you like the character and you like the mythology behind it, great, this is for you. For 150 bucks, for me, it's not worth it. To me, this is an uninspired character from Spirit, and I hope that they do better going forward. Coming in at number 7, we're back to Morris Costumes with the Grave Robber. Now, this prop isn't bad, and I really like the idea of where they were going with it. Now, is he a grave robber, or is he just killing somebody to throw him in a grave? I'm not sure. I've heard it called the Grave Robber, so is that the official name? I don't know. I like the idea of the guy carrying the body on his arm and the body's kicking. It looks a little strange. They probably could have made it look a little more humanoid what he's carrying, like so you could kind of get a sense of feet and maybe bending just where the knees would be. It looks a little off. My friend Halloween Dan made a mention that it looked kind of like a worm, and it's kind of hard to unsee that once you've seen it. It just moves weird. I like the idea, I like the concept, it's not quite right. The other thing I'm not sure that I like about this is it looks like they're using the same face that they've had on the Home Depot props, where we had the guy holding the shovel and the lantern, the guy with the digging with the shovel. It looks like the same face. So unless you want to have like a family of triplets that are doing crazy stuff in the grave, you don't really want the same face over and over again. I like the prop, kind of. And I think I like the concept. The execution is I'm kind of 50-50 on, so that's why it's ranked at number 7. Next, we've got the Sword Swallower from Morris Costumes. Now, I think this is an interesting idea, and the execution is pretty good overall. think the motion of him putting the sword into his mouth slowly is cool. It pops back up. That's good. I like that. Now there's some question, is the left arm gonna move? Because in the original videos we saw at the Halloween and Party Expo, he was moving his left arm. Then in the official demo videos, he wasn't. So the added motion of the left arm does help. Because if it's just the right arm with the sword going into the mouth, it's fine, but it looks a little less alive. And the other thing seeing the demo video is the only sound effects are it's playing like a creepy carnival music, and that's fine. But something else my buddy Halloween Dan said is that if they had some kind of gurgling sound or gagging sound with the sword going down, maybe that's not what a sword swallow would do, but it would add to the creep factor. And if you're gonna have him out, you're probably gonna have him near the carnival barker, in which case you're not going to want the competing music, so you're probably just going to shut the sound off on him anyway. I like the prop, I like the look. It's a very, very niche prop. Unless you're really doing a carnival theme, don't know why you would buy this. Carnival theme's cool, and I think he goes good with the carnival barker, even one of the clown prop that's coming up later. But he doesn't fit in with the traditional clown haunt. So unless you're specifically going into the sideshow carnival acts, is he really going to fit? I don't know. I'm curious to see how it's going to sell, because I think people really like this. It's a unique idea. I just don't know if they like it enough to buy it, or they just think it's cool. I think it's cool. Not going to buy it. Coming in at number 5, we've got Demonica from Spirit Halloween. She was a prop from 2010 originally, so this is a remake. Overall, it's a pretty creepy prop. I do kind of like it. My favorite part about her is actually the audio. You hear the sound of like bones kind of creaking, and you've got this awful moan sound. It's pretty creepy. Great. I love the way the face looks. I wish the jaw moved. That's kind of my pet peeve thing, but for props that aren't actually speaking and just kind of making noise, I can accept that. But now, let's talk about the elephant in the room with this prop. What is with that neck? It's like they took the head, right? They pulled this mask over it. Then they like put this necklace thing around her neck, and then like all the extra fabric's just kind of there, and it's weird. It just really takes it away from me, because you're looking at the face first, then you see all this like fabric stuff. And it's too bad, because I do like this prop. Other than that, maybe in person there's ways you can fix it. I won't know, because the prop sold out. Honestly, it's a cool prop. I totally understand why people would buy it. It's a creepy prop. It's just neck thing. Number 4, Wicked Witch Legend from Distortions Unlimited. This is a cool looking prop. So in case you don't know, the Legends line for Distortions is basically taking one of their cool animated props that's like $3,000 or $4,000 or more, and making a static version of the character. It's usually between $500 and $600. The detail on these things is amazing. With the Wicked Witch, the original one was a cauldron stirrer. It really wasn't one of my favorites of theirs. I actually think I like this one more. I love the way her face looks in this. I think the eyes look so much more realistic. Before they were kind of more like a glazed over cataract thing, I guess. But in this one, she just has that, whoa, that creepy look, like she's looking right at you. The sculpt on the hands, like if you're watching the videos of them sculpting her, just seeing the detail and when they're painting, she looks amazing. There's always something that I just don't like as much, and it's the clothing. Boring. They have this awesome sculpture. You see like when they're making her, and you can see the chest is all sculpted and painted, and it looks so awesome, and then they just throw this black robe on. To me, with the level of detail everywhere else, the clothing needs something more. It's just not enough. The hat looks good. I like the hat. I hate the robe. I hate it. I'm sorry. Part of me just wants to just leave the robe off, but then this would be a different kind of channel, and this would be a different kind of haunt, and kids could not come. If I were to get this prop, and I would love it, I would probably just have to change the clothing myself. And you can add to it, accessorize, and it would probably look great. Now this is a prop, it's static, but what I would do if I got this prop is I would maybe put her on a turntable, right? So as you walk up, she kind of turns and faces towards you, and you've got the light kind of flickering or flashing. You've got cauldron effects, so with that little bit of movement, and you'll see the hair kind of sway a bit, and if the light's dancing on her, she'll look pretty alive. I think would work for her awesome. Be very cool. The Alien Spider for 2024. So looking at this prop, the first thing I was struck by is clearly you got the big brain, or as I like to call it, a big old brain butt. I know, spider people, I know it's not a butt. It amuses me. Give me this, okay? And then you come down and you've got this face that's almost humanoid. You've got like the skull nose going on. Looking at just the body and that part of the face, first thing I thought of was the Mars Attack. Look at it. It's got the same kind of facial features, right? And you got the big old brain. But that's not the only alien they used for inspiration. Distortions Unlimited, those cheeky bastards, they actually took 3 aliens, combined them together with a spider, and I can't argue with the results. It's cool. So we've got the Martian, Mars Attacks, we got the big old brain, we got that kind of skull-like nose with the eyes. But then they said, what can we do with the mouth? Let's look for inspiration from 2 other great franchises with aliens. Let's start, of course, with the alien itself. Ridley Scott's Alien has the mouth inside the mouth that comes at you. Well, if you look in the mouth of this thing, it's got that other mouth in there. And it's cool. It's weird, it's creepy, it's scary. Awesome. But then, it also has these things that come out like... And that reminds me of Predator, another great alien design. So you got the Martian from Mars Attack, you got the mouth from Alien, you get the thingies from Predator, and put all that on a spider, and it's awesome. The thing I don't really quite get is they included the light, which they had in the Jack Widow, but with the Jack Widow it lit up like a jack-o'-lantern, so that made sense. With this one, doesn't look like from this video you can really see much light through the brain. It creates a cool silhouette, like if you look in the video, awesome looking silhouette. But do I really want to silhouette a prop that has all that detail? No. It's fine, it doesn't take away from the prop if you just don't turn it on if you don't want it, and you could probably change out the light for different kinds of lights if you want different effects. The other thing with it is, even though I just said how they took all these alien designs and put it together, to me it could just be a monster spider. It doesn't have to read alien, I guess. But I love this thing, and I could even see myself getting this and putting it in my haunt because it's just cool looking. I really like this. Well done, Distortions. Now we're going back to Moore's costumes for the clown on a pole. Now this prop, Moore's costumes nailed. It's a unique clown. He's balancing on a pole, he's talking, he's got the creepy eyes, the sharp teeth, so he's scary but kind of goofy, and it's different. I'm not even someone who really likes the cold clown thing. I don't hate it, it's just not my thing. But seeing this prop, it's cool seeing something different. So many clown props are just, let's change the hair color, change the eye color, give him a different phrase. So seeing this one, I have to give him credit for it. I think it's a really good prop. There's really nothing I would change, except maybe if they could have made the pole a little bit longer. I think it's an 8-foot prop right now. If they gave it like an extra 2 feet and made it up to a 10-foot prop, it really would have stood out. That's just my opinion. I think it's a great prop. I think they did a really good job with this one. Again, clowns just aren't my thing, so I wouldn't buy it. But kudos to you, Moore's Costumes, because you came up with a clown prop that I haven't seen before, and I give you credit for that. Good job. So coming in at 1.5 is Scarecrow Wrath from Distortions Unlimited. Okay, I understand. I had this video almost completely edited for all the props through January that had been released. Then Distortions Unlimited released this one. I didn't want to re-edit the whole video. You get 1.5. This thing is a 7.5 foot, creepy as hell Scarecrow. Super detailed, emaciated looking body. You've got the full Scarecrow cowl with this crazy mouth with the glossy teeth. The light up eyes look amazing on him. Love the crow on his shoulder with the glass eyes. Awesome. The clothing works good for him. It's just kind of shredded, plain clothing, but it works for a Scarecrow. That's kind of what you throw on him anyway. Probably because he's 7.5 feet tall. He's a little more expensive. On sale, he's going for $692. He's going to be $742 normally. So he's a more expensive static prop, but it's definitely a statement piece. What I would do with him, because the arms are so posable, I would make like some kind of cornstalk thing right in front of him, have some motors pull it away, which pulls the arms out, and there he is. So cool, scary sound effects, maybe flashing lights or whatever. You could turn this into a very, very scary prop. I love it. Super cool. Scarecrow Wrath, 1.5. Now on to the real number 1. My number 1, of course, has to be, drum roll please, number 1, Scarewolf Legend from Distortions Unlimited. I love this prop. The original Scarewolf was an awesome prop. He was chained up to like this industrial background and he was kind of would do that thing. He's struggling to get free. But then he would actually like, pop forward at you, and I think they had something spitting out the mouth too. It was a great prop. Very cool. And this one has all that same detail of this amazing prop, just in a static version. I love everything about it. I love the sculpt. It's absolutely amazing. The way they've attached the fur to it is great. The clothing that they show there, I know they say that it can vary, but the way they rip the shirt, so you can actually see the muscles, got the claws and that jaw is like crazy, but the detail on the face, I love this prop. I love a classic werewolf. I would love to buy this thing, stick it on a van, and just drive through my city, kind of like Teen Wolf. That would be amazing. And everybody's going surfing, surfing you. Sorry. Let's get back to this. I love the ripped shorts. Now I know technically they're not shorts. I think the back comes down to cover the fact that it is a flat back prop. The full head sculpt and neck, I think. Everything else is flat on the back. Seeing the way it's ripped in the front, it kind of gives me that feeling that this is a cool 80s dude wearing the cut-off jean shorts. Anyway, this is a great prop. This prop is, out of all of these, is the one I would like to own. And if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, maybe by sometime in the summer, where I would have time to order this before Halloween, then I might be able to convince my family that I should buy it. You know, I would tell them I'm doing it for you, the fans, so that you could see the unboxing and what I have planned to give it some kind of like pop out motion. There's two different options. It could pop straight up or kind of come out like this. There's two ways I'm thinking I could do it. I won't know until I get the prop. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this could be my first Distortions prop. So if you are new, you could help me reach that goal by hitting that subscribe button. And if you're a follower who's been with me for a while, then thank you for coming. If you could like the video, I'd appreciate it. But just you being here means everything to me, because it's kind of pointless for me to do this if you're not part of it. So thank you for watching. I am Scare Dad. Spooky season is coming, so go get ready. Everybody's going surfing, surfing USA.